Welcome back to what Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG, and it's located on the north spawn of Empire's border under the command of coolppc. Now, this is actually an M53, and the reason I know that is because that's a 155mm gun. The gun barrel extends over the front of the chassis, and that means it's the 155mm. It means it's got a better firepower than the 8-inch howitzer, or better fire rate I should say, but it also has a smaller shell. And let's see how he gets on. It's a M47 chassis, around the wrong way you might say, because the turret is where the front of the tank would normally be, and the front of the SPG is actually where the rear of an M47 tank would be. Okay, well, he's gone off into this little corner and not knocked down the trees, so he hasn't given away his firing position, and he's now having a quick look for the enemy. And from this firing position he can fire over most of the valley, but he's going to find it difficult to actually shoot at the enemy tanks if they're in the valleys to the south, or maybe that one to the north, because the corner is going to actually inhibit his shots. Now his reload rate is 23.63 seconds. The 8-inch howitzer would normally take about 35 seconds to reload, and he can get shots on some of those enemy tanks from his position, but he's decided to change position, and he's knocking that tree down in the process, but I don't think it matters. He's not going to stay there for very long. I think he's noticed that most of the enemy tanks are actually in the south area, and so if he goes down this road he might be able to get shots on some of the enemy. He's having a quick look from overhead view, and it looks like the Batchat 155-55 is also relocating. Oh, through the house. Looks another tree over. That doesn't matter, they're not staying there. It means they're going to be very close to the enemy they're shooting at, but they can get good shots on enemy tanks from these positions. Oh, well, he's going to have to go up the cliff edge there to get into a position, a firing position. Not great actually firing alongside another Arty. As I say, it's always a good idea to find a solo firing position somewhere else, because two Artys firing together does give away their position quite easily. Two traces are easier to see than just one, and at the moment he can't get shots on either of those E100 or the E75, but it seems like his teammates are getting shots on them, and he can shoot that IS7, so he's just lining up a shot on him. Rounds out, first one in, and he damages both the IS7 and the E75 with that shot. So I think he's going to move a bit further down, and this looks better. Not too worried about knocking those trees down either. Yeah, I think he thinks extending the range, and they've lined up, they're forming a line to shoot, so he's going to be able to hit more than one tank at once. That's very useful. He is loaded, ready to go. Okay, here we go. IS7's first one, dialing in, ready to go. Rounds out straight away, and yes, he gets a hit on the IS7 for 103, and he damages the E75. Just relocating slightly. Oh, another good hit on the IS7, 291 this time. Well, he's picking up some stun assists as well. And there's an unusual, yep, it's the T95. And he's taken a big hit. 166 on him. He managed to get 101 off the IS7 with that shot. The reload is so much faster with the 155mm. On some maps, it can actually be quite a good difference, especially if you've got fast-moving tanks that you need to pin down. Going after the T95, oh, missed on that occasion. It was a one-shot if we could have landed the shell on target. Going for the IS-7. Almost there. Now he's switching to the T95 because he is a one-shot. And he's working out where the T95 is going to go. Fires the round in and kill shot. So he's got the kill. Now the enemy are losing by 3 tanks at the moment. So this is helping to push them back. Now the IS-7 is more than a one shot, I'm afraid. The alpha damage on the 155mm is 700. But, oh, got the kill there on the IS-7. We're now 4 tanks ahead. He's looking to see which tanks he can hit. But I think the walls of the valley he's actually in do inhibit him shooting slightly over to one side. I think when the designers made Empire's Border, they realised that these valleys, these huge, deep valleys, would actually provide barriers against Arty. They provide little corridors through which the tanks can move, but they stop the Arty from actually firing from one valley to another, which of course was happening on the front line, which we all know is coming back. Excuse me. Trying to find good firing positions. It is very difficult on this map. Okay, object 432. Can he get shots? Yes, just. Fires a round in, and yes, he got a hit. 253 hit points. Can he get shots on that Jaeger? No. The 50 TP? No. He might still be able to get a shot on that object 432 if he gets spotted. And the 432 has been killed. They're now 1 tank up on the enemy. There's 5 enemies left to kill. There's the Jaeger. No, he can't get shots on the 50 TP, but he might be able to get shots from the Jaeger if he changes his angle. He's looking at the other enemy. Unfortunately, none of them are in sight. So he's going to have to move a bit further into the field of view, you might say. Doesn't want to get seen by that Jaeger, but it's the easiest way to actually get shots on him is to move around that corner. Of course, if he gets seen by the Jaeger, he'll get taken out virtually straight away. It's also a fairly difficult shot because it's a fairly shallow shot because he's so close to the target. No, can't get shots on the 50 TP, but he doesn't need to now because the E100 took him out. There's the Jaeger, and he's down to, he's 1 shot. We fire around it. Oh my god, he got the kill! He got the kill! Ooh, and they took hits there from an enemy Arty there. Right, the object 705. This is a more difficult target. He's loaded now. He's ready to fire, but the 705's pulled back. Now he might need to go around. He's got enough speed to do it. If he can go up around this rock, come down the other side, he can probably shoot from up high down onto the 705. Actually, I was thinking about going all the way up to F2 round that big rock rather than this tiny one here. Still 5 minutes in the game. It's the 705 and 2 enemy Arty, and one of the enemy Arty has been spotted. It's the M53 55, and that's a kill shot. He splashed him to death for 88 hit points. So he's got his 4th kill. It's still possible for him to get a top gun. And both Type 4s are firing out with the, in fact one of them's been killed, the 705. We're loaded, we're looking at the corner of the map, hoping that our bat chat will find the 212, and he's found him. Lined up a shot, round out, and oh, we got him as well! That's a counter battery! He's killed both of the enemy Arty, so he gets the counter battery medal. Well, he's being very bold with this move. The E100 and the Type 4 Heavy are both trying to have a go at the 705, and I think he wants that 705's scalp. If he gets it, he gets the top gun. And the 705 is, well, he's down to 875 hit points. He's more than a one shot, but if they keep hitting him hard, he will get low on hit points, and he can then jump in and do the kill steal and end up with a top gun. This is very, very bold indeed. Not what you'd expect from a normal Arty player, but it's enough now. He can do it. He can do it. Now the 705, he's going to shoot. Oh, he got him! He got him! And that's the top gun. What a way to get it. That 705 thought he had an easy kill. No, he did not. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a second class tanker for coolppc in the M53 M55. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 14 in that game, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills in total. And lastly, a counter battery for taking out both of the enemy Arty. And he did it very, very well indeed, if you think about it, because both of them were tier 9 Arty, a 212A and the M5355. And the M5355 was on the move trying to get at our bat chat 155-55 at the time. But yes, very, very nice indeed. So let's have a look at the team score and see how we fared on that side. Well, we can see that in actual fact, the high scorer in the game was the 212A. He managed to get 4,672 hit points of damage. And the next highest scorer was the Jagdpanzer, who managed to get 4,452. And then we've got the Type 4 Heavy on our team with 4,275. And when it comes to coolppc, he managed to get 1,724 hit points of damage. But when it comes to kills, he was right at the top of the table with 6. And then the next highest score was the 50TP with 3 kills. And when it came to base XP, he was a little way down the table. The high scorer was the Type 4 Heavy with 1,235. Then the Batchat 155-55, who managed to get 1,108. And then the Type 4 Heavy with 1,035. He managed to pick up 986 during that game, but he did play very, very well and kept firing at the enemy, even though he was firing at short range at great risk. Let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 12 shots during that game. He got 8 direct hits, 0 penetrations though, splash damage on 15, damage in total of 1,724 hit points, of which 1,592 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see some of those hit points were at very close range. He did receive 1 hit during that battle, and he also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage from the enemy Arty. He damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and did damage assistance of 488 hit points and stun assistance of 665 off 9 stuns. On the credit side, on the standard account, he earned 22,175 credits, and after a repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 2,577 credits. He also received 986 base XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 1,972 XP altogether. So very good round there by coolppc, and that was some ending to actually face off against that 705 and blast him before the 705 could get him. I think that 705 was a bit startled to see an Arty firing at him in a direct fire mode in a shotgun, and I think that's what made him hold his fire for a moment, but then just got taken out of the game by a much bigger round. So congratulations coolppc. If you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.